So we get together today so that we can hear everybody sharing how is the Red Boat training band give you a different experience, or what is your experience? Just please share.
Yeah, the first experience when I started doing it is that I pretty quick noticed that it was very easy to get your balance on your back leg because you're used to do that. So I needed to focus to really get my body in the correct alignment. So I have a very good balance, whatever I do. And I having the whole body with me when I'm doing the things. And I have just done it for 9 days. So I have been working on the very basics, front step, side step, a little bit around. I haven't get the power gauge yet. I can measure the strength when I'm pulling it, but I have worked with it now for 9 days, and now I start to feel how I can move and change to the next move and keeping my balance. In the beginning, it's very common that I lost my balance. So now I can see how I'm using my body when I move around, and I can start to regenerating the power. So recycling of the energy. I'm starting to get there, but like I tell you, I've done it for 9 days, but it's a very, very good tool to learn how to feel your body, because it challenges you. If you not are doing it in a focused way and moving in a good way, the rubber band is going to pull you out of direction and out of balance. So it's a really good tool to start to getting your body in a much better position and feeling how you're going to move and how you're going to use your body. That is at least my short experience with it, and how it's improving your way to move very, very fast, because you are aware of that something is pulling you, and you really, really need to get everything in your movement, and all your muscles and everything need to be in a alignment. So you're starting to using your body in a much better way compared to when the first 2 days, then you're looking like Bambi on ice.
So, Dick, how long have you studied martial arts?
46 or 47 years.
So compare with this, just a few days, what does it give you? The value, right? I mean, we don't want to do something which is nonsense that it doesn't improve us in the real life, right? So how do you think that this training help you? Compare with what you're training before.
The thing, because you're using the three-dimensional force when you're doing it, because you need to pull out with your arms, and at the same time you have the two rubber bands pulling you back, you get a much better knowledge about your body, how you move it, and as soon as you do a mistake, it's punish you. As soon as you don't have everything with you when you're doing it, you get punished, because you can't recycle the energy, because you're out of balance, and it's going to pull you back. So the total benefit is that you're training your whole body in a totally different way, in a new modern way, where you need to use all your 7 bows in your moment. It doesn't matter what kind of martial arts you do. The benefits is for all martial arts. The training method is for everybody, because you need to have the breathing. You need to use every muscle in your body when you're moving, because otherwise something's going to pull you away.
You mentioned breathing. You mentioned breathing. That's good. how do you do? How long do you do? Do you progress with the practice, or at the beginning you can do a long time? Can you breathe properly or anything, or you improve?
My breathing has improved, but I'm just staying with the 10 minutes limits, or sometimes I quit a little bit quicker, because if I'm doing it, my condition after this COVID-19, usually I was training a lot, but now I don't exercise too much. So if I feel that I'm getting like a little bit painting in my breathing, then I stop. But the rest of the time, I feel how my body has improved, and I have been starting to getting on track again with the training, and I getting the breathing better and better. And you notice directly when your breathings get stuck, because it's the same there. Then you can't move. You are stuck in the position you're starting. So it's giving you feedback in all the levels when you're doing the practice. I'm like I tell you, I'm just still the beginner. I've done it for 9 days. So I'm doing the basic steps. I start to moving around a little bit more in the plum flower stepping, and I visualize that my opponent or the target is in the center, and I try to move more around him, as long as my space is very limited. So, but at least in that area. So sometimes I need to adjust myself, because I can only do one side at the time. Otherwise I'm gonna run into the furniture and stuff like that. But I'm starting to get the really, really basic of it, at least.
So how is this? Will this be applicable to sparring? I mean, the bottom line in martial art is, can you use it in the real life? What you train is what you use. Instead of say, well, I train one way and then I use different way. Will you be able to use this training in fighting? No, just tell honestly.
Of course, because you're using your whole body to shoot in. And it doesn't matter what kind of a martial art you're doing, because you need to having this accelerated start to get in. Or when you're shooting angles, it's the same if you're doing long fist or short strike. It's just that you change the way you train a little bit, but it's still either you shooting straight or you're shooting from the side. And it's applicable for any martial art, because you're training your whole body, and you need to get all the muscles. So it doesn't matter what kind of martial art you're doing. You get a benefit for all martial arts.
Okay, so now let me ask a question. If you today, after 9 days of training, okay, and is sparring with the guy, before you do the 9 days training, okay, so you before the training and you right now after 9 days, who have a better chance in sparring if they fight?
Definitely the guy that is training with the red belt training band, because it's giving you the benefit that you need to how you are able to keep your balance and everything when you're moving, because something is pulling you back. And when you remove it and do a sparring, nothing pulls you back. So because of these exercises and this type of training, you get all the benefits that you are able to move forward, sideways, and in again in a very fast motion, because you have control over your body. You have trained up all the small muscles to help you to have totally control over your body. So anybody that's training the red belt band for even 9 days is going to have a great benefit of it. That's at least what the way I see it and what I feel about it.
Will you use it here on for your student?
Yes, definitely. When we are allowed to start training again, and I gonna buy this kind of equipment to my school, and the people, sometimes you're not paired together when you practice, then the one that is off the partner training, he can do this in the meantime, and everybody change. So everybody's gonna start to doing it when we are allowed to open up the school again. It doesn't matter if you're training Taekwondo, Hapkido, or Hapkido with some Wing Chun elements in it. Everybody will benefit from it.
Thanks. Daniel, what do you think?
Yes.
What can you share?
Yeah, what I say is, to me, it's a simulator to sparring. So it prepares you for sparring, and the repo training band is like, I mean, if you go forward, something pushes you back. Even if you go where you feel the resistance, which is pulling you back. So in a real fight, you have, or in a real sparring, it's like that, because if I go forward, he comes forward with this momentum, and maybe pushes me back like the resistance band. Or what I do is I turn around towards the door and I go back with a resistance band, and the resistance band pulls me forward. So what I do is do all the dimensional, three-dimensional training. So what I do, for example, I go down and I get up. What I do is go back with the training band, because I have what the benefit of it is that I can train all the situations which could happen in a sparring. So if I fall down, so I have to get up. So the resistance band, when I go down, it puts me back, and I try to get up and to keep to be aligned. So when I get up, I try to keep my body in a good position, because it's the same. It's realistic, and it's a very good preparation for sparring. And I love to train with it. I train every day, 20 minutes. I do resistance band, and then I do 10 minutes of the muscle endurance with a crane scale and I increase my force even more with it, because when you do it every day, so you start with 10 kilos and it becomes, now I'm around 22 kilos when I go forward and I hold the scale, muscle resistance, endurance, sorry. And it's increasing. And now I took my T2 ISO trainer and I doubled the weight of the band, so to have more, and it's even worse for me now, but it's realistic. I have fun, and it's a good preparation.
Now, Daniel, you've been in
yes.
martial art how many years?
It's about 30 years now.
How many hours have you been in sparring in all of those 30 years? Or fighting, or sparring, or competition? Just like
a lot.
A lot?
A lot, yes, a lot.
Okay, who do you spar? Who have you sparred?
I sparred with boxers. I sparred with BJJ, of course, people, and I sparred with karate. I even was in competition in karate. I was young. I was around 19 or even younger. So I was in competition, and
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Does this Red Bull training band give you something which is very different, even though you have so many experience, and still be able to benefit you?
Yes, because the good thing about the band is, like Dick already said, you feel all your 7 balls, you can sense them. It tells you, the rep boat tells you if you're in the right position, if you hold the position, if you can increase your muscle endurance, you can increase your power, you can increase your position. If you don't have a good position, it's like in sparring, and then you're done. So the repo training band gives you a feedback how you have to stand, when you go forward. What I do, for example, I put the the training band, the resistance band around my legs, and I go forward with it. And because it's it's harder to maintain it, and that's what I do. I do the kicking, I do everything with it, and the Repo training band doesn't lie. It tells you right away you're wrong. You have to position yourself again. And what I also feel really, it's the recycling momentum. I really feel it in my legs. I know, okay, now I'm loaded. I could shoot in, and I go forward and I shoot in with a training band. And yeah, it's a good, very good training tool. So it simulates sparring.
So you say that even though you have decades of training, it still benefit you. Now,
yes, of course.
Compare with the Wing Chun you train, the Wing Chun 1960 training in the wooden dummy, chi sao, playing sets.
Yes.
How is the Red Bull training band different?
It's a big difference. I mean, if you put the weight on the rear leg, then you're gone. It doesn't. With the 1960s Wing Chun, the Repo training band, it's not made for 1960s, because the Repo training band, whenever you do a mistake, when it pulls you back, especially the weight on the rear leg, I tried it out. As soon as I put the weight on the rear leg, the Repo training band, boom, puts me away, and I have to be careful not to fall down, because it has a lot of power, the band. And if you do it with the 1960s, and forget about it. You can't train with it, because, yeah.
How about your wooden dummy practice? The 1960s?
Wooden dummy practice?
Yeah.
Yes, the wooden dummy, it's compared with this, the wooden dummy doesn't, I mean, the wooden dummy has its limitations. So if I do my steps, if I do this, I mean, it doesn't give you feedback at all, the wooden dummy. So you can go around it, you can move, you're just limited. And you can go, for example, with a Red Bull training band, I can feel, okay, if I'm stuck to my opponent, then I can feel, because I'm really tight, I do it on a wooden dummy. If I want to go really close to wooden dummy, forget about it. I can't, because it's rigid. It's just, you have a frame, you have the wooden dummy. It's not realistic at all.
So will you use this here on for your student, for your Wing Chun student?
Yes. Because to be honest, before the lockdown in Germany came again, we started with the band. So we had a resistance band, which we had around our legs to go forward, and we use it also to do some movements with it. And then the lockdown came, and then we stopped. But I already started it since you have been talking about it, because I wanted to my students to benefit from it. And of course, as soon as I open the school, I will do it, definitely.
So we all heard about, okay, fighting is that you train one way and then you fight the other way. With the Red Bull training band, will it do that? Or training and real fighting, real sparring under pressure is the same thing?
Yeah, so with definitely, everybody needs to stop. The basic training can be different than the real training, because you need to get the body mechanics in. But the other training needs to be so close to what you're going to do in a sparring situation. So the Red Bull training bands give you that benefits to build you up, and then you can test it out in your sparring situations when you have trained with it for a while, because you have developed your body to support your fighting skills. So that is clearly a very, very good benefit of it.
So Daniel, how is this compared with Chi Sao?
Chisao is something, how can I say that? You can play around with your arms, but it's not sparring. It's more like a little practice. Just try to try out this and that in Chisao, but it has nothing to do with sparring. If somebody thinks if he knows how to Chisao, he can spar everybody, forget about it. He better use the Repo training band, and he feels what's gonna happen to him if you try to Chisao with a Repo training band, doesn't work. If you try to do some I don't know, weight on the rear leg and try to go forward, forget about it. So the Repo training band is, to me, realistic because it gives you feedback. It tells you you're going wrong. You get to know your whole body, your muscles, your bones, your tendons, everything. And this is how, when you spar, I mean, for example, if I do sparring with my BJJ friends, when we spar, I feel my whole body. I can sense everything. And the Repo training band, same thing. When I go forward, even if I hold it here or put it around my legs and go forward, I feel my whole body. And this is how it should be. And Chisao doesn't give me that feedback. So when I Chisao, I've been doing Chisao for so many years, and for Chisao with somebody, it's like playing around. It's a game, okay? But sparring is not a game. Sparring, you have to be aware, to know your body, to know your background momentum, and to handle your background momentum. And you have to handle also the momentum of your opponent. And the band gives you all that feedback. You know your momentum. You feel, okay, how much power do I have? Especially when you train with the crane scale. When you train with it, you really know your limitation. It tells you, okay, it's when I have some days when I hold it, I have around 11 kilos. Other days I have 15. Some days I have 20 kilos. It depends on how you feel, and it's also the same. If you spar, if you have a good day, you're good. If you have a bad day, you have a bad day. It's okay, but at least you spar, and this is very important to spar. And yeah, with the band, it's the same. The band tells you if you're tired, you feel it. And the band tells you, okay, you're tired, you better stop training because you're tired. You better go sleep, do some human operating system workouts or whatever, or you rest or you massage your body. I mean, everything I've learned from you, Hendrik, I implement it every day. And this is good. It's a really good combination.
So actually you can see that this is a sparring partner simulator. Yes. Where you can go explore yourself, do not get yourself into hurting or injured yourself. You can go progressively know everything you need, right?
Yes, definitely.
And up to here, all Wing Chun training, be it Chi Sao, be it set training, be it chain punch training, be it the wooden dummy training, never give one this type of training.
No.
Am I right?
No. Because you're right. You're right.
You see, the Red Bull training, band training, is a momentum-based training.
Yes.
So the 1850s Wing Chun, if you guys go for the Wing Chun restriction, read it properly. This is a momentum-based art or training. It is never a techniques art today in traditional Chinese martial art. Many traditional Chinese martial art today have become a technique arts. Like often in the movie, we see people say Wing Chun is Tan Bong Fuk. Well, that is a techniques art. This is a momentum art. the momentum art, as I share in the Restricting Wing Chun, the Shaolin guy is the first thing you need to develop your momentum. And that momentum base, well, BJJ is a momentum base. Judo is a momentum base. Thai boxing is a momentum base. Western boxing is a momentum base. Wrestling is a momentum base. Karate, Kyokushin is a momentum base. So the issue is this is a different type of art. This is no longer like in general, okay, I say in general, not everybody, in general, the 1960 version of Wing Chun or any other art where you say this technique can counter that technique counter that technique. This one is, it is momentum based. Only if one can handle the momentum, one be able to use the techniques. Without be able to handle the momentum, one not be able to use the techniques. So that is a difference. It is a momentum based. Now, for the Red Belt training band, it is designed as a momentum based tool, which is having a dynamic, continuous feedback and opposition. So it is when you hop up to the Red Belt training band, right away at that second, it gives you an opposition in terms of multi-directional force, in terms of your momentum, and it is continuous. So if you hop into the band for 5 minutes, you have to pay attention to your momentum, to your strength, to your body, and where you think. Otherwise, the band is going to snap you out, okay? So it is a momentum-based tools with the characteristics of continuous dynamic opposition. And that's what you want in the real fight. Because your opponent is going to give you opposition. And then you need to deal with both your body and the opposition. Not like if I'm doing a set. Okay, say if you do a set, you can put your weight behind, and if you practice, you can put your weight behind and doing chain punch. But in the real life, if you fight with in the sparring with the MMA friend, you can't do that because they are going to give you an opposition, and they will come in to wherever your weakness is. You need to bet that they are going to do that. Their opponent is going to do that. And the Red Belt training band is to provide you that so that you know already this will come in. And so when you got this momentum-based training with the continuous dynamic opposition, you are not going to get into something called under pressure. Why? Because your band gives you pressure every day, even worse than you think.
Yes.
Even worse than your opponent. Why? If you get the, say Daniel, you get a very heavy resistant band.
Yes.
And you think that you can shoot forward. Well, I guarantee you that thing is going to fly you back, okay?
That's true.
Okay, am I right?
Yes,
Yeah.
what I did, this is what I said. What I did is I doubled I have a bungee. Yeah. So I doubled it to have more resistance. Yes. And yeah, it's not fun sometimes. When I tried to do the kicks, the thing was pulling me back again. And I said, okay, I have to work out and I have to have control of it. And yeah, try it out. First time was I think was yesterday or the day before. This is the first time I tried it out. I said, okay, now I want more resistance. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get another bungee and for that and to get more. Yeah, I have fun with it. So
okay, you need to be careful. Don't put too heavy because this thing can tear apart your 7 bolts. Okay, so when you use a very heavy bungee, whenever whatever your body part, which is the weakest link, when you thrust forward, that weakest link is going to tear you apart. So don't injure yourself. Okay?
No, what I did it slow. Don't worry, Henrik. I did it slow.
I'm sharing, since we're sharing here, I'm sharing this to the entire community, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the strength is going to hit at you and you're going to get hit like hitting by a truck. And when you're hitting by the truck, wherever your body, which is not linked together, the weakest link of your 7 bones or any part of your body, that part will break. Okay?
Yeah.
Because
you have to be
it's like you're hitting by a car. Okay, the impulse is there, and any part of your body which is the weakest link, your neck or whatever, is going to shock you, and then you're going to disintegrate, and you can have serious injury there. Okay.
Yes.
So other thing is that you don't want to do it too long. Why? Because your stamina, if your cardiovascular and your VO2 max is not high enough, the next day your body will be sore. Okay. And you need to stop. Why? If it is prolonged under this type of training, your heart rate variability is going to go down because you don't have enough recovery. And that's back into the what do you call it? In the Inception Wing Chun. You don't have the recovery, then you're going to damage your body. And the Chinese say, okay, it's going to damage your qi, internal thing, right?
Yes.
So I know, Daniel, I know you, so many times we talk about this in private, but I just want to tell everybody, it is a good tools, but you be able careful for that. And that is because of this. Then you know where you can go, you cannot go when you go sparring. Because you know already, or what are you going to get into? Without this, you get into sparring, thinking techniques. When people shoot you with a momentum or position, the entire thing collapse. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. I know that many friends have already trained it. This is the tools which is designed for that. So it's like it's low cost, right? Everybody can buy it. It's low cost, right?
Yeah. What you need is experience when you do that. I mean, I doubled the jump bungee because I have a little bit of experience now. I've been testing it for weeks now, and I said, okay, I want to try a little bit more. And I know when this thing can injure me, I know that, and when I do it carefully. And you need experience, like in sparring. If you don't have experience, you get hit all the time. But the more you spar, the better you become. That's the same with a resistance band.
Exactly.
This is my
Start slowly with the light band.
Yes.
And when you can handle the light band, go to the next color that is a little bit more resistant.
Yes.
And do it step by step and not rushing it. Do the basics
I'm not rushing
first.
Yes.
No, not you, but
it's
for
general. Yes.
And you know what? Get the training band. Track your heart rate. Okay. Track your heart rate
all the time.
Okay? Yeah. Don't screw yourself. That's why I suggest to everybody, okay, get the restricting Wing Chun. You need it to know how to play this momentum game. So you know how the Shaolin is playing the momentum game. But don't read this thing as like a normal martial art, Chinese martial art books or internal martial art book, like this techniques like this, I have cheap. Forget about those things, okay? This is a completely different animal. This is a real deal from General Chi Chi Guang, okay? You need this to develop the 2C, like Daniel have developed the 2C. Because I coach him for the 2C, I know, okay?
I have that book.
Yeah.
I have that book and I took the course.
So the book is nothing. You need to read carefully and you need to develop the 2C, okay? All this book is not for you to read like a comic or like a novel or like a fiction. This is technical book, okay? And
yeah, first you read them, then you test it out. So you get
you follow
the
instruction.
feeling in your body.
You need to
follow the instruction.
And then you need this book. Why? Because you need to know your state of training. You want to practice in internal stuff, you need the state of training. Otherwise, you're going to screw yourself, okay?
Yep.
So if you want the 1850s Wing Chun, this is all. The basic is here, okay? Don't take it lightly, because as we all know here, like Daniel saying that, you know, that thing that bend is opposition can cost you like what your opponent cost you in the real sparring. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yep. So, okay, so this is for today. I hope that, you know, go back and train and see what you can get and share with everybody. And so I hope that we all got this. And here on, everybody know that the 1850s Wing Chun is developing that with the Red Bull training band. It's a momentum base. It is the having the dynamic continuous opposition. So with this, we have an art which is par with everybody's martial art today, at least in the basic, in the platform. Okay, yeah. Talk to you guys.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.